and we can learn from other people's experiences, but at the same time it's really important to draw your own experiences and just use whatever you can find from the past as inspiration to, remember to not do certain things that are happening in history that were not so good. Or but then at the same time learn from inspiration from literature, for instance. Or I read art back in the day a lot. I did a lot of work in public space, and thought that I was kind of intimidated by the gallery walls back then, and didn't really enjoy that setting. Now I'm finding it interesting in other ways, and I've actually been like, I have I've moved to a house recently and suddenly got a lot of wall space and didn't have so much art with me, so I had to like be creative a little bit and hung up some of my own pieces. So this one here, for instance, that's like a piece that's actually really cool in a gallery setting, I think, because you can dive into this canvas and just be there. But it's meditation paintings where I've been like repeating a tone inside my head, and then for every tone I've made, I've drawn a circle. And same over here, these big pieces. I don't know how clear they are, but they carry some kind of energy that I think would be hard to maybe dive into in public space, actually. I did them mostly for myself, but then they came out looking in a way that I found aesthetically interesting as well. But it's total improvisation, working with metaphors and drawing, like, drawing pictures that make you reflect on things from different perspectives. So yeah, I love creating that and then making it rhythmic and then rhyme as well. It's always a challenge, but it's really fun.
It's almost like really your brain continues to work on it while you do other things.
But then I also think at the same time that what you were talking about before, using meditation as a tool to create it, you can do it in so many ways. Like, I have a specific method, and I'm very like dedicated to this method of meditating, because I've tried all kinds of meditation, and I found one that really works for me. But whatever works for whoever is whatever works, and meditation it doesn't have to be what I do, like sitting down, closing my eyes and repeating a tone or what somebody would call a mantra, and just being very present in the moment like that. It doesn't have to be that. It could be through movement and dance. It can be whatever you like, but just this place. Yeah, exactly. And I really enjoy this, like, a place where you can, if you give yourself a place where you can find complete peace and where you can really be present in the now, then that gives the brain a space to create, so you're like rejuvenated in some way. And I think all the biggest like inventors in the world and all the biggest scientists, they've studied, they have all the experience, they have all the equipment, they have the laboratories, all these things. But Einstein came up with his biggest ideas while he was having coffee in the sun. Just relaxing. And so to allow yourself that space to do absolutely nothing, or do something that really puts your brain in a completely different place than when you're just walking around in the world. I think that's really important for creators. I just happen to just have got a beautiful new piano. Let me show you. Let me introduce you to her.
Sure.
Okay, so it's in here. There's even a little piano room. So here it is.
Oh, wow. How beautiful.
And well, I have a website called CecilieBeck.com. And then I have yeah, so it's Cecilie Beck and then Kronborg. It's a Danish name, my last name. And that's yeah, that's my paintings and drawings. And of course I have Facebook as well. It's the same handles, but I don't use it as much as I use Instagram. I think Instagram is a really nice, very simple tool to present in the way that I like to do, just with a really nice picture or something like that kind of shows what I'm working on, and then a little text underneath or a video. So yeah, that's a medium I like to use.
It requires a little bit of work.
It does, and it can be fun. It's not always fun if it's just easy and it's not challenging, because it's when things are challenging that you learn something also.
Yes. And
that also relates to learning how to read, like sometimes you can't just expect yourself to know everything from the beginning. Some things are easier for some people than other people, and sometimes when you really reach the point where you do learn to overstep those boundaries that are put out for you, then it just lifts everything up in a completely new way and opens doors. But yeah, it's what do you call it? It just is really rewarding when you've worked through challenges and you reach the goal that you set for yourself.
Yeah. So yeah. Those are the things that make you uniquely you.
Totally. And sometimes I also think it's interesting. Sometimes you need to unlearn things to learn new things. Sometimes we've learned methods that just don't work for us, and we keep trying them and they just don't work. And then it's about, realizing what is it that doesn't work and how can I make this work for me? How can I learn things in another way than other people? So I think that's something I've been really interested in maybe 10 years ago, or something like this thing of this concept of unlearning. We have in different schools we go to, we have a curriculum, we have learned certain history, we learn certain things, but sometimes those things are just not really true in different ways. And like, to teach your brain to unlearn something that was mistakenly taught to you can be, or by yourself also, like can be challenging. And I have music students sometimes, and I can hear like I've given them some homework and they go home and then they come next time and they play things a little differently than what I taught them. And then they've been practicing and practicing and practicing, so it's stuck in their muscle memory. And then it's kind of hard to learn something new, to unlearn this and learn the right way to do things. But it's really interesting to see that kids are generally really good at it, actually. Whereas we as adults can sometimes be a little more challenging, especially for someone like me, a Taurus like me. I can be really stubborn in my ways.
Oh yeah, and I'm a Leo. I am a Leo.
Oh, you're a Leo. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
All too well. There you go.
Okay, let's do that. Is it? Yeah, so let me put on some more light then.
There you go. Better? Perfect.
Alrighty.
Perfect. Cool.
You see the blue shawl embracing her. You see the starlings in the sky. You see the angels protecting her as a wild soul flies. She's got her hands on everywhere she looks. She's got her butterflies. They hang on a wall as a pleasure for the eye, and they'll fade, die under sheets of lullabies until the rain falls to set them free to fly, and they'll fly, they'll fly. And the earth keeps turning around, keep hanging in the air until you hit the same old ground, 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 ground. The birds sing through the air, yeah, it's spring, so hang in there. Hand in her pocket, and it's sorry in her hands. She will rock and set him free to be a man. And the paint dries under feet of butterflies. They hang on a wall as a pleasure for the eye, and they'll fade, die under sheets of lullabies until the rain falls to set them free to fly, fly, and they'll fly, they'll fly. Oh, oh, and the paint dries on the feet of butterflies. They hang on a wall as a pleasure for the eye, and they'll fade, die under sheets of lullabies until the rain falls to set them free to fly, fly, and they'll fly, they'll fly. That was butterflies. Thank you. Thanks for listening.
For sharing your gifts with us today here in Pittsburgh, Cecilia. It's such a blessing. And
thanks so much for having me.
Such a beautiful song. I think that has really just made my day and put me in a really happy place. And
thank you. I'm so happy to hear that. That is the intention of the song, to like go through transformation, go through the seasons. It's a song about it becoming spring outside, and which it is.
Yes, finally.
Yeah. So yeah.
I love the return of spring.
Yeah, me too.
The return of the light, which brings us full circle. It brings us full circle in our conversation today. I would like to just touch on where can we hear that song, or where can the viewers visit you to hear Butterflies?
So I have all of my music on, Spotify, iTunes, etc. Under the name Cecilie Beck, Cecilie Beck, and then I also have. Yes, that's it. I'll tell you a funny story. One of my friends once cracked up because I was performing on stage, And it was so funny. I was spelling out my name really slowly for people to like, get my Danish spelling. And my friend was cracking up because I had like a full band and I made this like drum decoration that had my name on it. And she was like, shh, down there, it's right there. C-E. Everybody got your phones. Okay, C-E.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
Anyway, so you can find it there.
Yeah. Journey and sharing your story, and what a wonderful story it is.
Thank you. Thanks so much for letting me share. Sometimes it also is really helpful to talk about what you're doing.
It is.
So I appreciate you listening.
Well, we appreciate you, and we hope that you have a wonderful day. And thank you for stopping by the studio, visiting us.
Thank you.
And read with me.
Okay. Thanks.
Enjoy your day, and we will talk.
Thanks for listening and viewing out there. We'll talk soon. Yes.
Yes.
Really nice meeting you.
Indeed.
Yeah.
We're in this journey. We're on this journey together.
Thank you.
We love.
Thank you, Pittsburgh.
I love
talk to you soon.
Enjoy your day, Cecilia.
Thank you.